Hello everyone, welcome back. In this tutorial, we will learn how to configure the large network. Let's get started. For the configuring purpose, I'm going to use three router and a few multi-layer switches. Okay. Let me design first. And here also we can add few switches on the other end devices, and also we can add the DHCP server and a few more switches we can add here. Alright, and a few empty device. And let me add here also. Okay, then so here also we can add the switch and the server, the DNS server and the web server. Okay. Alright, so for the connection purpose, let me add the connection. The same way we can, if any failure that we can, emergency situations we can use. Okay. So let me add here also. Okay, the design almost done, and we can connect with the first we need to add the serial port because we are using for the OSPF routing table, and also again turn off the router at the serial port, and that's it. Okay, and let me connect with the router to router and the middle router to switch and the DNS server and the web server. Clear. And this is for the other end. All right. All right. So I'm going to design the IP address, the 192.168.10.1, and here we can give 10.2, and here we can give 5.1, and this end will be the 5.2, and the Giga Ethernet will be 2.1. Okay, In the same way here, we can give 3.1. Alright, and this end will be, we can give 4.1 and 4.2. Alright, and here we can add 6.1. And 6.2 is the web address, web server, and this will be 6.3 for the DNS server. Okay, so here again. So what we need to do first, let me configure the router one by one, and go to the CLI, hit no, and enable configure terminal, and the host name will be router R1, and the interface we can configure the interface serial 0/1/0, and the IP address will be this one, 192.168.10.1, and subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and hit enter. No, shut down. Okay, the line is up, and also we need to start the clock rate. Here we can give 2000000 and hit enter. Alright, and exit from here. The next interface will be interface serial 0/1/1. Hit enter, and the IP address will be 192.168.4.1 255.255.255.0, and hit enter. No, shut down. And the clock rate 2000000 and hit enter. Alright, the next interface will be the Giga Ethernet. So interface Giga Ethernet 0/0/0, hit enter, and the IP at 192.168.3.1 and 255.255.255.0, and no, shut down. Okay, now this end is ready, so let me configure the DHCP for the user 1. Okay, this is the user 1. We can add here DHCP user 1. Okay, so let me add here the DHCP. So here we have added the 0/0/1/0. Okay, then 0/1/1, and the DHCP, let me add the IP address here, 192.168.3.1, and the default gateway will be 3.2 2 we can give. Alright, then the default gateway will be 192.168.3.1 is the default gateway, and the DNS server is this. DNS server will be 192.168.6.3, right? 6.3 we have added, and hit close and go to the services and DHCP. We can start the service for the DHCP, and the default gateway will be 192.168.3.1. the DNS server, the IP address 192.168.6.3, and the IP address starting from 3. We can give here 2, and the maximum number of 252, and then click on save. Now the IP address is ready. Alright, so this end is okay, and the next router, let's configure, enable config T, and host name will be R2, and interface serial 0/1/0, and the IP address will be 192.168.10.2 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Okay, the line is up, and the next network will be exit from here, and interface Giga Ethernet 0/0/0, and hit enter. The IP address will be 192.168.6.1 and 255.255.255.0, and no shutdown. Okay, so the line is up again, and we can start this server, and 192.168.6.3, and the default gateway will be 192.168.6.1, and the DNS server, the server on IP address 192.168.6.3, and go to the services and the DNS server. Let me add here techglobewebcast.com, and the IP address will be 192.168.6.3, and let me add here, and the same way we will add one more DNS for google.com. Okay, the service is on. The IP address 192.168.6. The web server, this one. Okay, so let me add for the web server here. 6.2 we can add. Service is on. The tech globe also on. Okay, so what we need to do, let me note here, this is the web server. Okay, so the website I'm gonna host, go to the services and HTTP. Let me edit the index, and here we can overwrite the website name will be techglobewebcast. Okay, that's it. Tech globe tutorial. Alright, then save. Alright, so we have added the IP address 192.168.6.2 and the default gateway 192.168.6.1 and the DNS server IP address is 192.168.6.3. Clear, and that's it. And the next interface will be, let me configure, that's it from here, and the interface serial 0/1/1 hit enter the IP address 192.168.5.1 and 255.255.255.0 and hit enter. No shutdown. The clock rate also we need to add here 2000000. Hit enter. That's it. And the next router we can add go to the CLI, hit no and enable and conf g. The host name will be R3 and the interface serial this one. So the IP address will be serial, sorry for that, 0/1/1 and hit enter. The IP address 192.168.4.2 and 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. And the next IP address will be exit from here. Okay, the next interface serial 0/1/0 and the IP address will be 192.168.5.2 and 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Okay, so the 3 end is done, and one more, the Giga Ethernet we need to add. Okay, so it's it from here. In interface Giga Ethernet 0/0/0 IP address will be the 192.168.2.1 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Okay, now as you can see, the user 2 also line is up, so let me add the DHCP also this end. DHCP for user 2. Alright, and also we can add the IP address of the DHCP. The address will be 2.2. So let me add the IP address first for the server. The 192.168.2.2 and the default 192.168.2.1. The DNS server, this IP 192.168.6.3 is a DNS server, right? And the service will be DHCP, and turn on the DHCP services. The default gateway will be 192.168.2.1. The DNS server, we can type here also 192.168.6.3. The starting IP address 2.2 and subnet mask already default, and 252 the maximum number of, and let me save this. Okay, so the DHCP is done. Alright, so now here we can check for the DNS. It's done. This is 6.2, the web server, and let me check for this IP here 3.2, and let's check the 3.2 and 3.1 for the default gateway, DNS server, IP address. Okay, so almost done. We need to check whether, so if I send from this server to here, success, and here success, let me check here also once again, and successful. Okay, also is success. We are getting error message because there is no routing table here. OSPF 1, and the network will be 192.168.3.0 and 0.255.255.255. area 0, and hit enter. And the next network will be 192.168.4.0 and 0.255.255.255 and area 0. Okay, and space, hit enter. And also one more network, which is 10.1. okay, the network 10.1, and the second router also we need to configure. That's it from here. And router OSPF number 1, and the network 192.168.10.0 and 0.255.255.255 area 0. Hit enter. And the next network will be 6.0. Let me enter here once again. 6. Okay, and the other network will be 5.0. Okay, so 1 and this 3 network added, and the router number 3 I'm going to add it from here, and router OSPF number 1. The network will be 192.168.5.0 0.255.255.255 area 0 and hit enter. And the next network will be 4.0 and 255.255.255 area 0, hit enter. 2 and hit 0. 5.0, 4.0 and 2.0. Okay, so 3 network is done. So now let's check how it's work. Now you can see there is no IP address assigned because this is the DHCP assigned IP address. We need to manually enter here. Go to the IP configurations, select DHCP. Now you can see automatically I'm getting IP address. Each device we need to assign here like this, and so one side we have added the IP address, and the same way like this, we need to add Alright, so if I send the packets from this PC to here, I'm getting progress and send again. You can see now the success, and successfully we have configured the routing table. Okay, so and if I send the packets from here to the web server, let's check the ping 192.168.6.2. if I hit enter, I'm getting reply, so we need to wait. Now you can see successfully we are getting reply, and also the same if I send from here to DNS successfully. Okay, and the let's check whether the website we can get or not. If I open the browser, the user PC, I'm gonna type here techglobewebcast and hit enter, and as you can see we're getting websites. So here we need to edit the website name, which is go to the services, then HTTP, and the index techglob tutorial, and I don't know why it's not getting. And let me check the DNS, what is the issues. And if I go to the records, this is 10.3, and if I check the google.com, oh sorry for that, now you can see the website is ready because the IP address is changed to 6.3. okay, the IP address resolved the DNS. Now we are getting the IP address. Okay, Alright, and we have successfully configured the large network. As you can see, the DHCP one end, and the other end is DHCP 2 and 3 router with the backup functions, which is OSPF. If any connection loss, that also we can, there is no any error will be reported in this. Okay, so that I can show you here. So for this, what we need to do in the switch, let me configure here spanning tree configure terminal, enable and conf terminal, the host name, switch 1, spanning tree VLAN 1-24, in the root primary we can keep. Okay, and the second switch will be the enable and conf t, and the host name will be switch 2, the spanning tree VLAN 1-24, and the root is primary node, the secondary. Okay, because the primary is already we have assigned, and hit enter. Okay, show spanning tree, hit enter, and as you can see, and if I go this way and show spanning tree, and the same also we can type here enable config terminal, the host name will be switch 3, and hit enter. The spanning tree VLAN 1/24, root will be the primary, and hit enter. The fourth switch will be hit node and enable conf t, and the host name will be switch 4, and the spanning tree VLAN 1/24, root secondary, and hit enter. Alright, and if I enter here, you can see the show IP interbrief. You can see 3 network connected in this router, and the same way if I enter here, it will conf t do show interbrief, do show IP interbrief. You can see total 3 network Giga Ethernet, serial and serial 5.1. Also these show IP root, if I get, you can get. Alright, also if I ping with if I type here techglobewebcast.com, the default website. If I type google.com, I'm getting the techglobewebcast. Okay, so we have successfully completed the large network. And as you can see, now we have configured the OSPF with the through router, and I'm going to disconnect one cable any, and still we will get the connection. All right, you can see the route. Okay, if any cable broken, there is no issues because we have configured the other backup solution. And dear all viewers, if you like this the large network tutorial, please keep support our YouTube channel. If any questions, please comments below in the channel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.